You know what this is. We're here to talk about the hottest new camera on the market. And before you even mention it down in the comments, yes, this video is absolutely sponsored by Insta360. But I have never, and I'm being so serious when I say this, I have never been more excited to tell you about a new product than I am in this video. They finally did it. Here's the footage. So before I dive too deep in my actual review of the Insta360 X5, I want to go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Should you buy the X4? I'm here to tell you that it's going to look really enticing. It's going to look really enticing to save that $75 and buy the previous generation of this camera. Go with the X5. Before I even get into why, I'm telling you right now, spend the extra money, because it's, oh my God, it's so worth it. I will have a link down in the description. It is an affiliate link, so if you found value in this video, please consider pressing the link and shopping through that, because I'll get a tiny little kickback on selling this camera, and it's no extra cost to you. Worth every penny, worth every penny. Let's go ahead and get into why I think so. So I guess I will compare apples to apples. The Insta360 X5 and the Insta360 X4 both shoot in 8K at 30 frames per second. And I personally prefer shooting in 5.7K, anywhere from 30 to 60 frames per second. Camera nerds are going to absolutely want to know exactly the frame rate that I shoot in, but I'm going to tell you right now, I change it up. 8K is massive when it comes to file size. Insta360 does offer micro SD memory cards up to like over 512 gigs or something like that. So you can store a lot of footage on one memory card. So if you're taking a long trip, it's really nice to have that extra footage. I necessarily don't always have to film in 8K. I think the HDR 5.7K at 30 frames per second does a phenomenal job, but I'm here to tell you, this is a true 8K camera. And if you don't know what that means, is you see we have two individual lenses here. That's how we get the 360-degree footage. So each camera films over 4K. And it's just hands down the cleanest, the most, like, I can zoom in as far as I want to. And yeah, you'll see some distortion, you'll see some noise, but it is literal light years ahead of where this product has been. And if you guys don't know, I've been using Insta360 cameras since 2021. I believe right around the time they were launching the X2. And compared to back then versus what they offer now, I love it. Some of the main reasons I think it is actually worth the upgrade, even if you have the previous generation of this camera, it has a 1-inch sensor. Once again, camera nerd, blah, blah, blah. Basically what that means is the sensor on the inside is a lot larger and it lets in more light. So I can finally ride my motorcycle at nighttime and you can see what I see. It actually does look almost even better than what I can see at nighttime because it picks up the ambient light, it picks up the street lights, the headlights, the infotainment system of my motorcycle. Everything that I can see with the naked eye kind of looks a lot better in camera. And that's because of that larger sensor. So once again, it is an upgrade from the X4. The X4 still did pretty good at nighttime riding. I'll insert a clip here when I was in Daytona. And I thought it looked just fine, but that's because I was in a pretty well-lit area. When I did my test riding on the brand new X5, I could not believe how clear the nighttime riding footage actually was. And I was zoomed way out and I can zoom way in, and I really think it made the world of difference. And I 110% will be using this camera more during my nighttime rides. Personally, while filming with these cameras over the years, I have struggled with the stabilization of them. All of these cameras do come with built-in stabilization, but this one just seems to be 10 times better if I'm being honest. As you can tell, it will vibrate a little bit, especially on my handlebars that are sitting there rocking and rolling, but as soon as you start to move and as soon as your bars kind of start leveling out how bad they're shaking, the stability and the stabilization of the actual footage is mind-blowing, if I'm being completely honest. I was really blown away with how clear, even at low light, this camera looked on screen. And I personally, as you can see behind me, this is a large TV. I like to watch all of my YouTube videos on TV, so when I edit my personal videos, I watch them back on my television. And compared to the X3 model of this camera, or even the RS that I used to have, this is 100%, once again, light years. I'm gonna keep using that, light years ahead of where it used to be when it comes to image quality and stabilization. So as a motorcycle rider, that's pretty important. So some of the key main features and the reason that I am 110% telling you to go ahead and make the purchase of this camera, it is Her2 Wheels approved, stamped approved. I'm gonna buy another one actually, because I absolutely love this and I want to put it on multiple parts of my bike without having to physically pull over and swap it out like I did while making this video. We finally have a long life battery. This battery, unfortunately, you cannot swap the battery from the X4 over into the X5, but fortunately, that means this battery lasts a lot longer. All of the raw riding footage that you see in this video using the 360 camera was filmed over an hour and a half of continuous recording at 8K. And I still had 50% battery when I finally pulled over, got some coffee, and checked the footage. I have never been able to run any action camera that long at such a high frame rate and such a high resolution capture and still have 50% battery. And let's say you are running it ragged, you are going through the battery faster than you would like. Insta360 actually moved the charging port down to the lower bottom. So if you have this mounted up on your handlebars and you want to use a micro USB-C plug to charge it while you record, you can actually just plug it in right down here in the bottom and it doesn't interfere with the filming anymore. I used to get really annoyed that I would film this cool footage and then all of a sudden there's like a wire sticking out of it. So now you can film down here. It is also waterproof, so if you get caught in the rain, it plugs in and it protects your guts of the camera essentially, and you can film for significantly longer. So of course we have the longer battery life. We also have upgraded microphone. So this does come with like an interesting design here, but right up here is the microphone. And that's going to help use AI technology to mitigate the wind noise. I've had a lot of you guys over the years complain and tell me that I talk too much when I ride, even though this is a motovlog channel. Miscommunication there somewhere with you. But anyway, they say shut up and let's listen to the audio of the motor and the exhaust and stuff like that. And I'm like, you guys, that's not how it works when you ride motorcycles. All the cameras pick up is wind noise. This isn't like that. You are still gonna get wind noise, but the camera uses AI technology to mitigate and reduce that wind noise. So you hear more of the actual motor on the motorcycle. So this is an audio sample compared to the X5 versus the X4. The reason that I tell you this is 1010% worth the actual purchase, worth the upgrade. This camera finally comes with replaceable lenses. I've lost these. I have spent so much money over the years on Insta360 cameras that I have lost off of my motorcycle or accidentally dropped or hit a branch or caught a rock or something, and the lenses were toast. Finally, you don't have to worry about it anymore. You can order a lens repair kit. I don't have one with me currently. I'm definitely going to be adding this and keeping it with me on my travels because it is 100% a game changer. I have never run the lens guards on these cameras because it really just doesn't look good. It's nice on the previous gens, you know, so you don't fuck up your cameras, but it looks bad. It refracts the light. It's not an ND filter, so it always just kind of really reduces the quality of the camera. These are really high quality, clear lenses. And then if you do catch a rock or a bug or you drop it, I've dropped these things so many times, it's easy to replace. And that right there, I think, is the #1 selling point of this camera. It's not the quality, it's not the audio, it's not the price, it is the fact that you can fuck up and still replace the lenses. So you're not out a $550 camera. Been there one too many times. On the subject of dropping the camera, hold on. Okay, The reason I've always dropped these cameras off of my motorcycle, you see that little screw hole? See that tiny itty bitty little couple centimeter deep screw hole? Yeah, the whole twisting motion, taking it off of the selfie stick, I fumble. I have fumbled this camera so many times, not the X5, thank God, even though I can replace the lenses. I have fumbled the 360 cameras so many times and it just falls, you know? I'm in the middle of taking it off my bike so I can run into a coffee shop or a grocery store, and I'm in a hurry and I'm trying to untwist it so nobody can steal the camera, and I drop it. And once again, the lenses are ruined. So one of my new favorite things that Insta360 has done with these cameras specifically is they've added the magnetic clip onto the bottom here. So these little holes here, they fit into the same magnetic clip that the Ace Pro fits into, which is what I wear on my helmet. So this is actually my helmet mount here, and I will have all of the links to my favorite mounts listed down below. There are dozens, if not more than dozens, but I'm gonna link my favorite ones. So this is the one that I have strapped to my helmet, and you just literally clips on like that. Sorry, I was still holding it, and it's on there. It's not gonna come off. It is locked in. The only way it'll come off is when I press and hold. So that right there was so much easier to put on and take off than unscrewing it. Now, Insta360 also has mounts where you can clamp multiple ball joints to your selfie stick to make it bounce less. And I will recommend that. It also looks goofy on a motorcycle, but if you truly want to protect your investment, don't let these kind of wave around a lot. Keep it kind of as firm as possible, and that's going to protect the threads. I think I've talked about that enough. So when it comes to the mounting hardware, I run with a couple different mounts on my motorcycle. As you saw, I have the selfie stick that I use. I can put the camera directly on my helmet with the magnetic quick release, and I also have the Insta360 branded claw clip mounts, if you can see here. But one of the ones that I'm gonna show you right after this, I think is by far the best version of it. It is the heavy duty clamp mount that Insta360 offers. I will have it linked down below once again, but I like this one because you can really crank this bad boy down. You know, if I want to put it on my sissy bar or my handlebars, it comes with a little tool. You can crank it down, and then you can actually adjust the tightness of where the camera connects directly to the mount. And I can move those on different parts of my motorcycle. Right now I have one on my sissy bar as well as my engine guard, and it makes it really nice and easy to quickly swap, pull over, put the camera in a different position, and get multiple viewpoints. Now, this next feature is a big one. It's a huge one, and I'm really pumped about it. I actually didn't have a lot of faith in what I'm about to tell you, but I tested it out and was completely proved wrong. I actually checked the footage after I edited it, and I am redacting what I say in this next clip. Yes, you can motovlog with this camera. Here's a quick little audio sample.
All right, so this is the Insta360 attached to my Cardo. So I have my Cardo Pack Talk Pro right here, just filming directly through the microphone. So I will say from tests that I've done previously, I do not recommend trying to vlog with this option, but you know, if you're trying to document your ride or capture a conversation or something like that, it is a fantastic workaround. For me personally, especially with the Insta360 X5, I don't want to connect a microphone to it. I'm actually very impressed with the onboard mic, the wind reduction. I think it sounds phenomenal. So for me personally, I use this camera as my eyes, not so much my ears. And I've always used it that way. I absolutely love using it that way. And I just know that no matter what, it's going to be capturing pure entertainment, and I'm not worried about the audio. But yeah, let me know. Leave a comment down below and let me know how you think it sounds with the Cardo Bluetooth microphone connection.
I can put this camera on my helmet. I can put this camera on my handlebars. I can put this camera anywhere. Connect it to my Cardo and record everything I say in my helmet. Now, probably the second most important thing other than the lens upgrades, because I will die on that hill, being able to change these lenses are 100% the reason I'm permanently switching to this camera. Editing. Editing has always been a bear with 360 footage. I'll be the first to tell you, I stopped using these cameras even though they were convenient and fun. I hated editing the footage. I hated the processing time, the upload time. I hated exporting the flat files to import into my Premiere Pro and all of this stuff. Insta360 X5 officially they made it better, man. They made it so much better. It is so much more streamlined. There's a lot more AI technology where you can edit on the fly. If you use the app on your phone, it's super easy to edit vertically, horizontally. You can reframe it in a pinch. I like to edit it on my computer because I can just kind of see it bigger. So I recently just downloaded the new Insta360 Studio. I love the tracking feature. You can click on something that you want to follow and it'll track it for as long as it can, as long as like nothing obscures your view. I used that on this shot of my husband. I didn't have to do anything. I literally just told it to track, sat there and let it render, and all of a sudden I have a beautifully smooth video footage of my husband riding a motorcycle next to me. So the editing has gotten a million times easier. And then one feature that I've never actually seen anyone talk about with the millions of videos you've probably seen by now, this camera now has an option to film both a flat video and a 360 video at the same time. I don't always need 360 footage, if I'm being honest. Sometimes I just want the camera in front of me looking back so I can have a conversation with you, or I just want to put it on my helmet and film in front of me. You don't need to see my eyes up close and scary when it's like this. You don't need that. But there is an option to film a flat. When I say flat, I mean like it's only filming in the 180 degrees or however big the sensor is. Like it's filming that. But then also in the background, it's capturing a 360 video. So basically, if you are just wanting to put this on your handlebars, record back at you, and not really care about the world around you, you don't have to worry about editing that 360 footage. You can just export the flat video and then edit it from there. You don't have to worry about adding keyframes or moving the camera around. But let's say, hypothetically speaking, you're filming a flat video and something hits you from the front or runs out in front of you and you wanted to capture that. Let's say it's for insurance purposes. A car pulls out in front of you. Well, shit, you didn't have a 360 video going because you were just filming back at yourself. Having it film 360 in the background is such an incredible way to make sure that you're constantly capturing everything going on around you, even if you don't use it. The issue with that, it does take up a lot of storage. So again, you need to have an internal memory card or check out the cloud features that this camera offers, but get as big of a memory card as possible, and then that's something you don't really have to worry about. I had so much fun testing this out. I was so excited to make this video for you. Like I said, please go check it out in the link down below. There's multiple different places you can order it, either directly through Insta360's website. I have an Amazon affiliate link down there if you want to order through Amazon, but they did it. And I'm telling you, it's worth it. I don't make any money off of you purchasing if you don't use an affiliate link. If you want to go somewhere else and buy it by yourself, buy it off of a buddy, it is worth it. It's worth it. This is the best damn camera upgrade I have seen in a very long time. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. I am going to be using this as much as possible, so if you see it in future videos and you like it, let me know. I think it's fun. I'm trying out new things, always constantly learning and growing as well. Having the honor of being able to partner with Insta360 and share this with you guys is really important to me because this is what I've been doing on my channel for years. I ride motorcycles, but I also really like using camera gear. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, leave a comment if you have any questions, and if not, consider subscribing to the channel. I don't always do tech reviews. Here lately, I feel like I've been doing a lot, but I have a lot of really big motorcycle trips coming up that I'm gonna be using these brand new babies with. So hit the subscribe button, stick around. We're gonna be traveling across the country on my beautiful Harley Davidson here soon. And until then, thank you so much for watching. You guys be good, ride motorcycles, and I'll catch you later.